Yes, thanks for the time and this opportunity to tell to our audience what is going on in Venezuela. First of all, this Saturday morning, this January the 3rd of 2026 is a special morning and not for the most positive reasons. As we know, we are living the aftermath of these violent attacks and bombings by the U.S. here in Venezuela, precisely in some strategic points like El Cuartel de la Montaña, the mountain headquarters where the remains of Hugo Rafael Chávez Frías are laying to rest. And also they attack the Charayaves airport, which is in the eastern part of the city and also in the outskirts of the city, and they bombed or attacked several points in La Guaira, which is the coastal state that goes north of Caracas and is very close to the Caribbean Sea, where the U.S. has these troops and these attack groups deployed. Also, it's paramount to say that the government is still assessing the complete scope of the damage, because there is some damage at La Carlota Air Base here in Caracas and in other points of the city, but so far everything is in calm, everything is quiet, and people is just following the guidelines of the government and the guidelines of the Minister of Interior, Justice and Peace, Diosdado Cabello Rondon, who said this early morning that he's calling the people to listen to the government, to listen to the official media, to not fall into fake news, and also not to give in to rage, to sadness, and maybe to despair. He was also saying that he's condemning this kind of violence and attacks against Venezuelan people, and he was saying that people should gather and pack the streets to demand the return of the constitutional president of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro Moros, who was taken alongside his wife, Cilia Flores de Maduro, this early morning, according to information provided by the Vice President, Delcy Rodriguez Gomez, who said that she had no information of the whereabouts of the president and his wife, as well as the defense minister, who said that it's paramount to remain calm and to demand the return of the president. He was also saying that as the day rolls on and moves on, the government will have a better assessment on the death toll and the wounded toll after these attacks, after these hostilities by the U.S. government and army against Venezuela. I have to say that also the Chancellor of Venezuela, Iván Gil, the foreign minister, he was saying that he had received the support and reactions of several counterparts in the world and other governments allied to Venezuela. One of them is the government of Belarus, and his counterpart, his Belarusian counterpart, stressed this morning the support for the Venezuelan people and the Venezuelan government and the safe return of the president, the constitutional president of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro Moros. Also, in other informations, the General Attorney, Tarek William Saab, was condemning this kind of attacks. He was saying that this violence is unconstitutional and violating international law, international legislation. And he was also saying that this is a very similar scenario that he suffered and left when the attempted coup d'etat against Hugo Rafael Chávez Frías. So this is a formula, this is a scenario that they are repeating against Venezuela and the Venezuelan people. Also, it is paramount to say that this kind of attacks that started physically, materially on back on 2 a.m. on this Saturday, January the 3rd of 2026, were also the realization, the materialization of the kind of hostilities and violence that the Venezuelan people have been enduring since August, when the U.S. started this campaign to warmongering and to fear-mongering the Venezuelan people and to ignite terrors, trying to not only oust the Venezuelan government, but also to provoke internal discontent, internal outbreaks of violence against the government. And so far, as you can see behind me and in my surroundings, the people is just calm, the people is trusting in their governmental institutions, and it's paramount to say that despite the sad fact, the that the president is absent because of his kidnapping. The other main political figures and the other main political government authorities are here, as Vladimir Padrino Lopez, the defense minister, Delcy Rodriguez Gomez, the vice president of the nation, and also Diosdado Cabello Rondon, who is the interior minister of Venezuela. All of them are still guiding, are still conducting the country and the people, and they are assessing the damage and giving the people the reassurance and the support that the moment is present and needed to. So that's the information, that's the report. I'm Gladys Quesada, and I'm giving the signal back to you.